have any decision to make on fourth down, but things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
And the kick by Butker is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He completes this to Sutton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Gets this one left side to Pettis. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
He'll drop to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And 21 yards there as they convert on third. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The Niners on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start with one of the toughest rivalries of this or any other week. Pittsburgh playing host to Cincinnati in the AFC North. And it's the Bengals who are out in front. A couple of touchdown passes there for Josh Rosen. From there, we'll stay in the AFC North and head over to Cleveland to check on the Browns. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. T.Y. Hilton, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On the run, it's Penny. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.